Every Sunday is busy in the world of online poker. Yesterday had a couple of huge highlights. First off, we had the newly dubbed Sunday Storm with its celebrated $1 million guarantee for only an $11 buy-in. Add in the Isildur 1 versus Daniel Negreanu Superstar Showdown rematch. And of course, the Sunday Million. 9,288 players started this journey, and we are down to our final 9. Prize pool, $1.85 million. I am David Tuckman, and of course, this is your Sunday Million highlight show. Blinds will start at 200,000, 400,000. Our chip leader is in the small blind. That is Jiski 11 from Finland. One thing that always amazes me, how global poker has become. 8 different countries represented here at the final table. A raise from player 9 ball with the 7s. Cares 37, you're going to push all in for $5.6 million. Over to the chip leader. He's got ace-queen offsuit. Yeah, he's going to give that one up. I like the fold. Gould Cuss, not going to play. Back over to player 9 ball. Does he make the call? Tough spot to be in. 7s are right in that borderline. I think I definitely fold 5s and below. I think 6s you probably fold too. 7s, right there on the borderline. And he's going to give that one up. Conserve his chips. Huge pay discrepancy between 9th place and, say, 3rd place. 9th place earns himself $13,000, while 3rd place can earn at least 6 figures. Blinds now 250,000, 500,000 as we jump ahead to hand 11. Player 9 ball. Once again with a above average hand here. Ace Jack. Going to make it $1.2 million. Amazing Irvin. Amazing Irvin, runner-up the Sunday 500 in August of last year. The Sunday 500, one of the toughest tournaments online. Jiski 11, still our chip leader with pocket 10s. There's the 3-bet, and it's a kind of smallish 3-bet. It's an interesting play from Jiski 11. Player 9 ball, going to call. It's only 800,000 more. Pot was over $4 million. And how about top 2 for player 9 ball? Jiski 11 is going to hate that flop. Probably going to throw out a continuation bet. Unless he just figures, you know what? Forget it, I'm giving up. He's going to check. Player 9 ball checks behind. Sets a little bit of a trap. And Jiski 11, 500,000. A little bit of a blocker bet. See how player 9 ball plays this one. Action over to him. And he is going to move all in. The huge over bet to maybe make it look like it's a bluff. After checking the flop. Remember, both players check the flop. Jiski 11 puts out a small little $500,000 chip bet, and player 9 ball moves all in. And he is now up to $12.1 million. So our new chip leader is now Chevy Chasen, who has pocket 9s. Chevy Chasen from Santa Cruz, California. Really an amazing Sunday in the online world. The last Sunday of every month offers extra opportunities to win with the Battle of the Planets and the Turbo Takedown. But this Sunday topped previous efforts with the Women's Sunday Tournament that more than doubled its guarantee. And of course, the aforementioned newly dubbed Sunday Storm. $11 buy-in and a $1 million guarantee. There's the 3-bet from Jiski 11. Now, this 3-bet makes a little bit more sense. It's small, but he's in position this time. And Chevy Chasen is going to shove. 4-bet. And Jiski 11, do not believe can make this call. Unless you have some sort of history against this player, and you know that Chevy Chasen can do this light, I think Ace-Queen has to go in the muck. You could be a big dog, and at the same time, you might be a small dog, but you're almost never a big favorite. And Jiski 11 does make the correct decision and fold. Chevy Chasen adds to his lead, now up to 16.4 million. Krag 111 from Germany. Going to make it 2x. And when I say 2x, I mean 2 times the big blind. And Guldkass from Denmark is going to shove for 6.6 million. And this should fold around back to Krag 111. It's another 5.6 million with ace-queen suited. Now, Guldkass only had about 13 big blinds. And Krag 111 is going to make the call with ace-queen suited. Pot now 14.4 million. 887, nothing there for Krag 111 yet. Guldkass trying to avoid the ace or the queen on the river. Here it is. Oh, it's the ace of hearts. And Guldkass is our first casualty. He's out in 9th place. And the Dane earns himself 13,000 American dollars. Blind still 250,000, 500,000. Things are starting to heat up now as we get into hand 19. 69 Joker. Going to make it 1.75 million. That's a pretty big raise, actually. Cares 37 going to call this. That's more than 3x. Now, if the guy is born in 1969, it might make a little bit more sense, but the newer kind of young internet players, they seem to be betting a little bit more pre-flop, making it 2x, 2.5x, somewhere in that range. 69 Locker actually made it 3.5x. He's going to check. Cares 37. Thinks maybe my 10s are good. He's going to bet 2 million. There's the min check raise. And Cares 37 gives it up. And Joker 69 now up to 15.7 million. So Krag 111 is our chip leader. Chevy Chasen right behind him. And 69 Joker in 3rd place. Cares 37 shoves all in for 5.5 million. He only has 11 big blinds. And it's funny how these things work out. Oftentimes when we get to the final table of Sunday Million, a lot of these players are actually pretty deep stacked. But in this tournament, the players are actually relatively short. Cares 37 shoves for 11 big blinds. Amazing Irvin reshoves over the top for less than 20 big blinds with his 10s. And you can see the percentages. Amazing Irvin is in command of this hand. Has to avoid an ace or a lot of clubs. King 6-3, only one club. Running clubs or an ace. There's a 10, and that's it. Amazing Irvin is going to win this one. 12.3 million over to him. Cares 37 from Prague is gone in 8th place, $20,433 richer. And one thing he's got going for him, he lives in Prague. Have you been there? It's an amazing city. Action over to Chevy Chasen with the ace-queen offsuit. By the way, if you have any questions for me, feel free to tweet me. You can find me on Twitter. I'm Tuck on Sports. Once again, that is Tuck on Sports. Action over to Exxon 13. And this is pretty much a no-brainer. He's only got about 11 big blinds. He's in the small blind with ace-king suited. He's going to shove. There's the fold. Back over to Chevy Chasen. I think he has to make the call, considering how light Exxon 13 is. And he is in bad shape. Dominated by the ace-king. Pot is 12.5 million, 9-4-3. Couple of hearts out there. What a flop for Exxon 13. Oh, wow! The queen of diamonds. Oh, that's ugly. Still catch a heart or a king? Not going to happen. It's the 6 of spades. And Exxon 13 is out in 7th place. From the Russian Federation, he earns himself $37,152. Well, if you want to play in this tournament for free, you can. You're going to need the password, and we'll reveal that later in this show. But first, click on Tourney, then click on Free Roll, then scroll down. You'll find Online Poker Show Free Roll. Password coming soon.
So I'm in the big blind.
Pick up Jack 9.
Playable. The button, he comes in for a small raise.
I call.
See a flop, right?
Flop comes.
Queen 10-8.
Rainbow.
Check.
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 The other guy bets
3 times the pot.
How much?
I smooth call.
Turn comes a 5.
And I check.
He's all in.
I call.
I call.
I got the nuts straight.
Versus trip queens.
With over 1.8 million hands dealt at PokerStars every hour, there's so much to talk about.
The river?
You don't want to know.
Join in at PokerStars.com, the world's largest poker site.
Welcome back to the Sunday Million Highlight Show. Hand 22, this is what it looked like. Chevy Chasing on top with 22.1 million. Jiski 11 on the bottom. Got shuffled up a little bit, but not too much movement. We're going to jump ahead to hand 27. Still anybody's tournament. Blinds still 250,000, 500,000. Things have been fast and furious. Most of these players not very deep. Chevy Chasing makes it 2x with his 7s. Could see a 3-bet from, well, any number of players. Everybody has a playable hand. Crag not going to take a shot at it, though. Jiski's going to call on the button. 69 Jocker also going to call. And that's going to bring player 9 ball in. He can't resist, and here's the flop. 10-8-8. And Jiski 1-1 has flopped 2 pair, 10s and 8s. Obviously, Chevy Chasing and 69 Jocker also with 2 pair. But the interesting hand to me also is player 9 ball. A 9 gives him a straight, and a jack or a queen give him the lead. And he's not going to fire at this one, though. Over to Chevy Chasing, our chip leader. He's going to make it 1.5 million. And I'm pretty sure Jiski 11 is probably going to shove here. You can make the argument for not shoving in a heads-up spot, but I've only got 10.4 million behind. The pot is already 5.8 million. If you called pre-flop with ace-10, I'm probably shoving there. Jiski 11 decides not to, though. And it's heads up here. And that's one of the reasons why. Now, obviously, we can see that Chevy Chasing is really drawing slim. He needs a 7 to win this pot. But if he fires a second barrel, is Jiski 11 going to scare himself out of the pot? Is he going to fold what is the best hand? Because that would be devastating. Almost criminal. I mean, I think if you call pre-flop with ace-10, you've only got 10 million chips. The blinds are 250, 500,000. You flop top pair. I've got to tell you, I'm shoving there every day of the week and twice on Sundays. Don't tell me he's going to get himself scared out of the pot with the king. Oh, that is absolutely devastating. Chevy Chasing fires a second barrel.